Well. We have a quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, guys? My name is Gabe, and welcome into the Trojan Blade. This is, of course, the instant reaction to USC's win over Louisville 42-28. If you listen to my game preview, I predicted Louisville winning 42-28. So, of course, I was completely wrong, and I couldn't be happier about it. What a showing from this team. What a performance. What a way to end the year. I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be prouder. Honestly, this was just a beautiful, beautiful way to go into the offseason. Such a high note, such a great way to close out this season. Of course, this season did not go how we all wanted it to at all, but man, for this team to come together with so many guys missing, that really speaks to the culture that Lincoln Riley's building in Los Angeles. So guys, before we go any further, if you are enjoying the videos, or if you just enjoyed that win, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It would really help me out so much. Thank you guys for all your support throughout this entire season. The channel has grown so much, and I really can't say how grateful I am for each and every one of you. All right, guys, so let's get into this game. There's so many ways I could go here. I don't even know where to start. Screw it. Let's just start with Miller Moss. So look, I'm not ashamed to say when I'm wrong. I don't hide from it at all. Coming into this game, I had major doubts about Miller Moss. I know I'm not the only one, but I've been extremely vocal about adding Will Howard. You guys know that. Miller Moss absolutely blew any expectations I had for him out of the water. He was phenomenal in this one from start to finish. He had a few mistakes in there. What quarterback wouldn't in their very first start? He was poised, he was accurate, he was brave, he was a leader. He trusted his guys, but the most important thing I think we saw with Miller is this offense was operating the way it's supposed to. This looked like Baker Mayfield in 2016 to me. You're getting the ball out fast, you're doing sprint outs here and there, a lot of RPOs, and then when those safeties finally creep up, you hit them over the top. Lincoln called a beautiful game as he usually does, but Miller executed this game plan to a T. He was a point guard out there. He wasn't doing what Caleb did this year. It wasn't hero ball. You guys know all year I was saying that the underneath throws are available, that Caleb just needed to take the check down. It would help this offense out immensely. Miller did that tonight, and I thought we saw the benefits of that. It might not seem like that big of a deal, but when you're talking about 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6, as opposed to 2nd and 10, or when Caleb's running around back there and you get a holding penalty and it's 1st and 20, it's a huge deal that really helps the offense drive the ball down the field. It helps to eat up clock. It's just good all around. Miller did that tonight. He took that underneath throw. He wasn't afraid to hit the check down, but he wasn't afraid to throw the ball downfield. That's where a lot of quarterbacks get lost. They get scared. They just take the underneath stuff. We didn't see that with Miller. He was throwing the ball downfield. He was throwing into tight windows. He trusted his arm. He trusted his stuff. And I'm so proud of him. Seeing him get emotional at the end of the game was very emotional for myself. I'm sure it was for a lot of you as well. I know I'm speaking for most USC fans when I say when I was a kid, I used to dream about playing quarterback for USC. He had those same dreams. He grew up in Southern California. He was a Trojan fan. He cares about the university. He loves the university. Imagine having that dream your entire life, and then you're at USC and you keep getting passed over and passed over. But you stick with it, you finally get your chance, and you only go out and go 23 of 33 for 372, 6 touchdowns, and 1 pick. That's absolutely insane. Before the game, I was honestly thinking, what is it going to take for Miller to prove to me that he's the guy? Obviously, you don't just look at numbers. But in my head, I was thinking 350 and 5 scores would be pretty remarkable. Well, he just went and crushed that. 6 touchdowns in your first start? That's insane. And what I loved about Miller's game, and again, it's what Lincoln Riley's offense is supposed to be. The star of the offense isn't supposed to be the quarterback. Contrary to popular opinion, they win all the awards, but they're not what makes the offense go. CeeDee Lamb is the star of the offense. Marquise Brown is the star of the offense. We saw tonight Taj Washington making huge plays, huge catches from Mekhi Lemon. Jacoby Lane looks like a star in the making. I mean, this was just a fantastic showing from this pass offense. Was our run game good? No, not at all. Do I really care in this current moment? No, not really. Lincoln Riley has always had a good run game. He will get it sorted out next year, no doubt about that. Of course, this is right after the game, but I am going to say that Miller Moss is my quarterback. He's who I want next year. It looks like he's who the team wants next year. They love him. Lincoln Riley clearly trusts him. And for me, he is the answer going forward. Okay, now there are some other storylines I have to hit on here. Elijah Page got the start at left tackle. If you guys have watched this channel for any length of time, you know I am a massive fan of his. I thought he was criminally underrated as a prospect. He should have been a 5-star, no way around it. And he showed why tonight. Phenomenal performance. He is so advanced. Whether you're talking about footwork, hand placement, decision making. People talk about decision making with quarterbacks. That happens on the offensive line too. There's a lot of moving pieces. Guys are coming out of nowhere. You need to know when to pass off, when not to pass off. And he was so solid all night. He looked like a veteran out there. And I said it on Twitter, but guys, we have our franchise left tackle. He's going to be a star. He's going to be a first-round pick. He's going to be an All-American. I am confident in saying all of those things. This guy is a star in the making. So happy for him. I knew he was going to kill it, and he definitely didn't let me down at all. I actually thought in pass protection, this offensive line was very good. I said it mid-year, I was wondering if Elijah Page was getting looks at tackle. I wish they would have went to this sooner. When Michael Tarquin was here and playing, he brought down the play of this entire offensive line. He was that bad. This combination tonight of Elijah Page at left tackle, Emmanuel Pregnon at left guard, Dietich at center, Monheim at right guard, which is his natural spot, and then Jarrett Kingston at right tackle. In pass pro, they were phenomenal. The communication was great. You figure with 6 weeks off, it would be just working together in practice, getting this line straightened out. But man, they were absolutely phenomenal in pass protection. I was thrilled for them. Just wrapping up the offense here. This was not a stress-free performance from them. They had to answer the bell multiple times. They had to put this game away, and they did it. It was absolutely remarkable seeing this offense have that killer instinct and just putting the ball in the end zone. I mean, 42 points. Man, I'll come out and say it. This Louisville defense aren't world beaters, but it's a pretty damn good defense, especially that front. They have some dudes up there. Miller wasn't phased. Miller wasn't scared. There was no run game to speak of. The pressure was all on him and that offensive line. He threw it up to his guys, and they made some crazy plays. So proud of the guys on the offensive side. They really killed it in this game. Flipping over to the defensive side, they outperformed my expectations by a landslide. To be fair, I didn't have any expectations, and like I said in my preview, I thought they were going to get cooked, which in some areas they kind of did, but for this defense, I thought they played phenomenal. Jalen Smith, 12 total tackles, all 12 solo, phenomenal from him. Prophet Brown, goodness. The open field tackling was off the charts for him. You had Anthony Beavers making plays. Bear Alexander was a stud as always. Jamil Muhammad was getting pressure. Jacoby Covington was very physical, great in coverage as well. Man, I'm proud of this defense. They could have quit. They had every excuse in the book. No depth in the secondary. Defensive coordinator fired. Don't know if you're going to come back next year, enter the portal, do whatever. I mean, these guys showed up. Even on that first drive, they were playing hard, and they played hard the entire game. They should have had a stop on that one drive later in the game. That holding call in the end zone was complete bullshit, but they manned up. If you would have told me that Louisville would only score 28 points before the game, I would take that easily. And how awesome was it that at the end of the game, the defense was on the field, and they made the big play to end it. Huge for them, huge going forward. I also want to give a major shout out to Taylor Mays, who was the interim defensive backs coach during this 6-week layoff. These guys looked so well prepared. They were tackling so much better. I was honestly thrilled with their performance, and in turn thrilled with his coaching performance as well. There are some negatives that I could talk about, but honestly, I'm not really in the mood. I'll cover that in a different video. This was just an awesome night, an awesome win for our guys. Lincoln Riley, what a coaching performance. Any talk of him losing the team needs to go away. That clearly has not happened. Big time win against a 10-win team that was runner-up in their conference, 42-28. Miller Moss, 6 touchdowns. Taj Washington goes over 1,000 yards on the year. Honestly, this was just a wonderful way to end the year. So guys, that is the end of the 2024 season. We finished 8-5. Obviously a big letdown. No one wanted that. No one expected that. But we're here. We have a new defensive coordinator. We're getting new defensive players in the portal. 2024 looks to be a massive year with massive change. Obviously, as of now, we're turning the page to LSU. It's going to be a very fun offseason of coverage here on the channel. So please do subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I upload. Check out my Patreon and channel memberships that I have linked down below. And if you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much for all your support this year. The growth has been so humbling. And of course, you are all awesome. And as always, take care and fight on. Beat the Tigers.